Hi, this video is going to be about how I see lead scales, my technique, the way that I've come to play leads. I know immediately that there are going to be some classically trained or professionally trained musicians that disagree with my method for playing lead, and let me tell you, I really don't care. The Beatles taught us a long time ago that there are no rules. They learned all the rules, and then they broke them. There's only been one person that I've taught this method to that's actually learned it and implemented it properly, and that's my close friend David Affinito. We have a project together, and he's also in a band called Hiding Jekyll. But he is literally, out of probably 45, 50 students that I've had, he's the only one that's taken what I have to show and really run with it. If you look at the scale pattern on a guitar based on the whole notes, the A, B, C, D, E, F, G, you see a pattern form across the board. What they call intervals, or the distance between notes. A, B, C, D, F, G makes a pattern on the fretboard. When I look at the patterns that A, B, C, D, F, G makes across the board, I tend to break the overall pattern down into 5 patterns. You can make as many patterns as you want, and that's the secret. If you know the scales, if you know the patterns that A, B, C, D, F, G makes across the board, you don't need to know all of the Mixolydian, Lodian, Lydian, whatever. It's when I've tried to study that stuff, they'll take the same patterns that I know and make 5 or 6 different names for them. And I find that just silly. If it helps other people, that's fine. But this is about how I see the scales and how I play with them. And hopefully you'll find it useful. As far as I'm concerned, if you know the basic 5 patterns, or you can turn it into 12 patterns if you want, but if you know the basic 5 patterns, if you find the position of where one pattern is played with a song, you know where all the rest of the patterns are. So you can literally play with any song by finding where one pattern is. They'll call this modes, keys, whatever. As far as I'm concerned, if you shift pattern 3 here, then pattern 2 is going to be here. If you find pattern 3 here, then pattern 2 is going to be here. It's that simple. Alright, now I always start with tune to A440. It doesn't matter what kind of tuning you have, the intervals will still be the same. There's going to be a full tone in between A and B, no matter how you want to look at it, and a semitone in between B and C. So, pattern 1. We start, ignore the fact that I have a 7 string, we'll just pretend I have 6. And the way that I do this is I start with the 6th string, open, 6th string, 1st fret, 6th string, 3rd fret. Then the next string down is the 5th string, open, 5th string, 2nd fret, 5th string, 3rd fret. Then the next string down is the 4th string, open, 4th string, 2nd fret, 4th string, 3rd fret. Then the 3rd string is open, and then 3rd string, 2nd fret, and then we go down to the 2nd string open, 2nd string, 1st fret, 2nd string, 3rd fret, 1st string open, 1st string, 1st fret, 1st string, 3rd fret. And that's pattern 1. Test. Okay, the second pattern is 6th string 3rd fret, 6th string 5th fret, 5th string 2nd fret, 5th string 3rd fret, 5th string 5th fret, then 4th string 2nd fret, 4th string 3rd fret, 4th string 5th fret, 3rd string 2nd fret, 3rd string 4th fret, 3rd string 5th fret, 2nd string 3rd fret, 2nd string 5th fret, 2nd string 6th fret, 1st string 3rd fret, 1st string 5th fret. And that goes. Now we've got the 3rd pattern, which is 6th string 5th fret, 6th string 7th fret, 6th string 8th fret, 5th string 5th fret, 5th string 7th fret, 5th string 8th fret, 4th string 5th fret, 4th string 7th fret, 3rd string 4th fret, 3rd string 5th fret, 3rd string 7th fret, 2nd string 5th fret, 2nd string 6th fret, 2nd string 8th fret, 1st string 5th fret, 1st string 7th fret, 1st string 8th fret. Or fourth pattern is 6th string, 7th fret, 6th string, 8th fret, 6th string, 10th fret, 5th string, 7th fret, 5th string, 8th fret, 5th string, 10th fret, 4th string, 7th fret, 4th string, 9th fret, 4th string, 10th fret, 3rd string, 7th fret, 3rd string, 9th fret, 3rd string, 10th fret, 2nd string, 8th fret, 2nd string, 10th fret, 1st string, 7th fret, 1st string, 8th fret, 1st string, 10th fret. Or this is pattern 5. 6th string 10th fret, 6th string 12th fret, 6th string 13th fret, 5th string 10th fret, 5th string 12th fret, 4th string 9th fret, 4th string 10th fret, 4th string 12th fret, 3rd string 9th fret, 3rd string 10th fret, 3rd string 12th fret, 2nd string 10th fret, 2nd string 12th fret, 2nd string 13th fret, 1st string 10th fret, 1st string 12th fret, 1st string 13th fret. Or pattern 1. Pattern 2. Pattern 3. Pattern 4. And pattern 5. When you reach the end, you can see that that pattern starts over. The end of pattern 5 is actually the beginning of pattern 1, with the 12th fret representing the top note. So instead of an open string with pattern 1, when you're starting over, it's 6th string 12th fret, 6th string 13th fret, 6th string 15th fret, instead of open and then the notes. and that pattern repeats itself up and down, and depending on what song you're playing, the whole patterns are different. And sometimes you'll be playing with a song, and of course they'll shift keys. So sometimes you'll be playing along and have to shift the pattern once or twice. There was one song actually that me and my brother worked on when we were younger, where we were almost changing scale patterns with every other chord. Sometimes it was chord after chord. So, but anyway, you want to look at this, you can play with any song. It's a free method of understanding the scales. You don't have to be trapped by all the labels and theory and crap like that. If it sounds good, play it. And when they talk about pentatonic scales, they're removing notes from that scale. So basically, that in the pentatonic is just... So they're taking out a bunch of the notes. If you add some, and that's the whole point. If you learn the 5, then you've got the foundation to either add or subtract from. And I have yet to find a pattern other than like the harmonic minor or one that switches, but even those are still based on those basic 5 patterns. I divide it up into 5 patterns. It's really one pattern of intervals, A, B, C, D, F, G, and how they're separated across the board. Now that last pattern 5 that I showed you, that's when a lot of people love to play in the 5th fret. So they'll play a pentatonic version or subtracting notes from it in the 5th fret. And I'll just tell you what that is. 6th string, 5th fret, 6th string, 8th fret, 5th string, 5th fret, 5th string, 7th fret, 4th string, 5th fret, 4th string, 7th fret, 3rd string, 5th fret, 3rd string, 7th fret, 2nd string, 5th fret, 2nd string, 8th fret, 1st string, 5th fret, 1st string, 8th fret. So that's 8, 5, 8, 5. And that's what they call pentatonic whatever, but all they're really doing is removing notes from the natural scale that forms from A, B, C, D, F, G. Now, if you're doing alternate tunes, these patterns don't fit, of course, but they'll always fit up and down. There's always going to be a full tone or in between A and B, and a semitone between B and C. Those scales are pretty much up and down. And for a long time, I was limited on my ascending and descending scales, and I still am to a certain extent. But there's another way of playing the scales that is different. You go... See, it's kind of a ascending thing, or backwards. It's a descending thing. And that's kind of a blues, I guess they call that a pentatonic scale too. I don't know, and I really don't care. It's a naturally formed pattern within the patterns that I know, derived naturally out of the A, B, C, D, F, G. So for that particular pattern, it is 6th string, 3rd fret, 6th string, 5th fret, 5th string, 3rd fret, 6th string, 5th fret, 6th string, 7th fret, and then 4th string, 5th fret, 4th string, 7th fret, 3rd string, 5th fret, 3rd string, 7th fret, 3rd string, 9th fret, then 2nd string, 8th fret, 2nd string, 10th fret, and then 1st string, 8th fret, 1st string, 10th fret, 1st string, 12th fret, and that's still a pattern that exists within the natural pattern of A, B, C, D, F, G. A more revolutionary one that I've found, because that one actually I think subtracts notes, is one that uses all the A, B, C, D, F, Gs. And that fits. That's one that pretty much goes through pattern 3, 4, and ends in 5. So that is 6th string 5th fret, 6th string 7th fret, 6th string 8th fret, 5th string 5th fret, 5th string 7th fret, 5th string 8th fret, 5th string 10th fret, and then it drops down to the 4th string 7th fret, 4th string 9th fret, 4th string 10th fret, then 3rd string 7th fret, 3rd string 9th fret, 3rd string 10th fret, and 3rd string 12th fret, 2nd string 9th fret, 2nd string 12th fret, 2nd string 13th fret, 1st string 10th fret, 1st string 12th fret, 1st string 13th fret, 1st string 15th fret. Wanted to add one more piece about chromatics. The scale that I showed you, that basic pentatonic or whatever they want to call it, blues thing, if you drop a 3rd note, if you make it 3 notes for each of those, so 6th fret, so 6th string 3rd fret, 6th string 4th fret, 6th string 5th fret, and then the next one down is 5th string 3rd fret, 5th string 4th fret, 5th string 5th fret, 5th string 5th fret, 5th string 6th fret, 5th string 7th fret. You get the idea. So it's kind of chaotic, but at the same time, there's an order to it. There's nothing wrong with playing all the notes there are, but really it's making something that sounds good to go along with whatever you're playing with, or if it's a lead solo, something that sounds good on its own. Just for example, let's take the harmonic minor. And all that's doing is taking and making the G a G sharp, I believe. So it just depends on what key you're making, but the whole point is that after learning the harmonic minor, all of the scale, I could see where, like this one here. That's derived out of pattern 5. So I still have yet to find a pattern, a scale that they want to put a different name to that really is something different other than a pattern that's derived out of the natural notes. So I still say, if you learn these 5 patterns, maybe you'll make one in between 2 and 3, which you can do. You can, and that's my method, is freeing you up to do anything you want. You just have a basic understanding of that A, B, C, D, F, G has a natural distance between each note, and it makes a natural pattern across the fretboard. And you can take and tweak the positions and the notes and make what you want out of it. I don't claim to be any great guitarist, but these things just kind of appeared to me naturally, and I've been able to use them to play in bands and make fans and myself happy, so it obviously works pretty well. So I hope this helps you. Rock on.